Hey everybody. So I know I already uploaded a video showing some of the comic books from the $20 comic book collection, but I just wanted to show you that I have added some that I have gotten for good prices, and technically that would fit into the $20 comic collection. But I will also include two other clips that you'll be seeing when this comes out, but I won't be filming right now. So the second clip will be of the comic books that I picked up at a yard sale, and the third clip will be a book that I got off eBay for $3.50 plus shipping, so it was about $8. And that's a pretty good issue, I think. It's something cool that I personally wanted. So as you can see, there's a short box and it's filled. Now this one I got on eBay. This is First Kitty Pryde on cover. That one I got at an antique store up in Richmond. First appearance of Lockheed. That one I got at the comic book and convention in Richmond. Comic book convention in Richmond. This one I got at the comic book convention in Richmond the second time. This was at the Comic Cubicle. This was on eBay. All these New Mutants books were on eBay. I don't know that any of them are keys except for a couple. One of them being... Let me see if I can get to it. This one, the Demon Bear. And this one I got at the Richmond Convention. This one I got at the Comic Cubicle. Make sure I'm going right. Yeah. This one I got at the Richmond Con. This one I got on eBay. First John Byrne draws the X-Men. This one I got in Jacksonville. This one I got in Jacksonville, Florida. This one I got, I don't know where, actually. This one was from the convention in Richmond. Convention in Richmond. When I was a little kid at some antique store in PA, I got the 201. Estate sale. Richmond Convention. It's the first appearance of Batman and Swamp Thing. Antique store. Convention in Richmond. PA. At that Antique Depot place that I have a video of, which I'll include in a tag. PA. That's an old 1950s comic book. I don't exactly remember. I think that was in the Richmond Comic Con too. And then this was in the estate sale, Miss Marvel #1. This was at the 100 Mile Yard sale. This was in I got all four of that run, the mini series that started it all. I got that at the Comic Cubicle in Williamsburg, Virginia. PA here, this one. PA. Midlothian Comics. Estate sale. Estate sale. All those are estate sale. No keys there. Estate sale, estate sale, estate sale, estate sale, estate sale. Those were all $1. This one was actually not. This one, actually, I don't remember if that's Comic Cubicle. I think it is. Yeah, Comic Cubicle. Estate sale. Comics Connection in York, Pennsylvania. Comic Cubicle. Comic Cubicle. Richmond Convention. Comic Cubicle. Comic Cubicle. Richmond. Comic Cubicle. Comic Cubicle. Comic Cubicle. Richmond Convention. Can't even show that one. Estate sale. Estate sale. Don't know. Don't remember. I remember where most of these came from. Some of them I just had since I was a kid. This one was from a comic book shop in Jacksonville. This one I don't really remember. I think it was in Richmond. It was Richmond. Definitely Richmond. Signed. I don't remember. Had that since I was young. I think that was in some comic shop in Pennsylvania. This one is from Kirby's Comics in Hanover, Pennsylvania. I got that for free. And I don't know where all these came from. These came from the Antique Depot that I made a video of, that I included the card in the editing. All these did. But the one I didn't include was, I have Batman Adventures #1. That was in Richmond when I went with my friend, when he came down to visit me from PA. And that, all those, the Lois Lane one I had since I was young, but the Teen Titans there, that was from Antique Depot. But now I'm going to show you the other. Okay, so this one I got at a comic book shop. I think it was at Atomic Comics. I can't exactly remember, but it was in Richmond, Virginia, when me and my friend Zach went hunting in Richmond, Carytown area. This one I got at the first Richmond convention and at the Raceway. This one I got at Colonial Heights. It's really not a great one. This one I've just had, I don't know how long, but it's a sealed Death of Superman and the Return of Superman. This one I got at a yard sale. This is a pack, and they're all perfect, and it's never been opened for the Return of Superman. These are all just kind of strange. I don't know if any of them are worth much money. That might be the first Shatterstar, but I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments, because I'm just getting back into collecting. This one I love the cover. I always loved John Stewart. Ghost Rider, not really that cool, but this one is kind of cool. Heroes Against Hunger to defeat South Africa. Deadly Genesis, I don't know if that's worth anything. It's #1 in a 6-part series though, so I got it. Anything that says #1 I usually pick up. So my idea from this point forward, I know I haven't been really consistent with making the videos. I mean, first I started out with some comics, and then I kind of added like, oh, this I got for a good deal, put it in there or whatever. But I just want to show you guys like my collection, what I've been doing, my adventures, Aki's Adventures, right? Anyway, so I am going to have the $20 comic book collection short box with all the keys, and I'm going to separate some of the ones that are minor keys and not so important, that are like just like art covers that I like, and I'll put those in a separate box. But I added the Batman Adventures #1, all the Death of Superman stuff that's sealed that I have, and I took out some of the filler, and it's still pretty full. I'm gonna get another short box at the convention, and then keep going with maybe keys, maybe just put the other ones in these 80s and 90s boxes that I have. Actually 60s to 80s and then 90s to present. Was my original collection in the magazine box for any really old magazines or big golden age comics that I get. Anyway, stay tuned and thank you for watching. Again, I'm sorry about the inconsistency of my just randomness, but I kind of hoped that I could inspire some people to keep collecting, like Lunch Money Comics has inspired me to keep collecting, and now I got to go to work, and make some more money so I can get some more stuff to flip on eBay and everything else. So enjoy the series. I hope you enjoy this series anyway, and I'll see you in the next adventure. Okay, guys, so it's around 12 o'clock on Monday. It is the 24th, and I got my package. Now it's wrapped. Well, you'll see. So I paid $3.50 for this comic book, $3.50, and I paid some shipping, so that cost me about $4 something. So it wound up being about $8 for this whole thing, and it's packaged a little strange. I mean, I think this is just like maybe it looks like a trash bag, but I don't know if that's what it is or not. But anyway, things are rough right now as far as the economy, and I don't really want to judge, but we will open that in the house and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so here I got the package. I'm going to try to open this by myself without tearing into it. So we got the tape off somewhat. It looks like they sort of made it so you could rip the tape off. I say sort of. That's what I mean because it's kind of... I've never gotten one like this before. It doesn't look like it is a trash bag. I don't know if it is or not, but it kind of looks like some sort of comic mailing thing that I've never seen. The book goes for about $15. It's not super rare, but to pay that amount, I'm really happy for it, especially on eBay. There we go. Trying to get that side thing. It's going to take a little bit to get this, well, maybe not. Maybe I could just rip it off. But we'll see if there's a Gemini mailer in here. I doubt it. I think they just kind of wedged it between some cardboard. Or backing boards anyway, like, you know, the ones that you put in the Gemini mailers. Nope, it's just cardboard. But that's okay because I didn't pay a lot. And the comic should be in good condition if it, you know, as long as it survives, it's all that matters. So there's some more tape on here. See it. I'm trying to. I don't like using the tripod that I have, so I'm just gonna have the camera sitting. I don't even know if you can really see me in the shot, but lots of tape. That's for sure. Looks like they did pretty good with the cardboard that they had. One more piece of tape and then I get to show you what I got. Okay, so here it is. And I will show you closer. Pick up the camera here and get a good shot of it. So this is the first time that George Perez drew Wonder Woman. And you got Batman and the Joker on there. It's just a really cool cover. I love George Perez Wonder Woman stuff. I love anything George Perez, but he was really good on Wonder Woman and Teen Titans. And this book looked in much better shape than some of the ones they were asking more money for. The shipping wasn't great, but I mean, they did what they could. I'm not too picky as long as the product is in good shape. But yeah, that's the extra bonus comic that I just added to this video because I really like it. I really like this cover. Now I'll try to focus. Let me pause. Let me stop the recording real quick. Here we go. Now you can see the comic book a lot better. And I'll tilt the camera and splice the footage, but it's a really nice cover. I like George Perez's art style a lot. I know I just said that in the last clip, but it's awesome. I also want to just kind of jettison in this clip of me and the book because I want to say something. So a lot of times people will really focus on the first time somebody wrote a storyline, which is very important, but in the comics world, without the artwork, you know, it wouldn't come together either. So, you know, the first time somebody drew something, a lot of people don't pay up as much or don't pay attention as much, but it's still pretty important. I mean, if you think about it, whoops, I zoomed in. So if you think about it, like, they have to work together and gel together to make a comic book. It's not just writing. I mean, writing is important, obviously, you know, and you got to edit that as well and everything else. But the art is still important. So I'm sitting here editing the video, and I realized that I forgot to mention that the Wonder Woman comic that you saw, it was not listed for $3.50. It was listed for about $6 plus shipping, and I offered $3.50 plus shipping. So when you factor in the shipping, it comes to about $8. But really, I paid $3.50 instead of $6. But the Hulk 180, yeah, I wish I had one. Hulk 181, no. The Marvel team up with Spider-Man and Hulk, featuring the first John Byrne X-Men drawings. That one was listed a little higher, but I than what I paid, but it was like 16 and I offered 10.99. So with shipping, that one came out to be about 20 bucks. So for the outro of this video, I'm just going to say, so we filled a short box with some pretty cool comics in our journey to the $20 comic book collection, even though I didn't get everything on film, which is kind of my fault. I don't have a cameraman. If I did, perhaps I would be able to capture some pretty cool things, but I wouldn't be able to find them if I had a cameraman because I don't have more than 2 hands and 2 arms and everything else. So, I'll just say, I don't need to really show you. You've seen all the books, but I'm going to put all the keys in the first book. I'm going to put all the filler stuff in my regular comic boxes, and then I'm going to start a new long box of keys for the $20 comic book collection. And we'll do it that way over and over until we have a huge collection. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next adventure, which will be the comic convention on May 13th at the Richmond Comic Con in Richmond at the Richmond Raceway. See you guys. Okay, another clip. So I went through to put my filler away, and in my new comics book box, I found some Spider-Man keys, Amazing Spider-Man. So they're not super old, but they're still keys. Minor keys and then a major key. So I'll show you these just in case you're new at comic book collecting. So this one's 344. Sorry, I didn't know if that was recording. 344, which is the first cameo appearance of Cletus Cassidy. 360, which is the first cameo appearance of Carnage. And then Carnage 361. Now this is a second printing, which is more rare, but this one's kind of in rough shape. But I collect my stuff raw and cheap, so I got this for 20 bucks, I believe it was. if you ever wanted to know those factoids, there you go.